Hello, this is a tutorial for FleetMaster Driver. In this demonstration, you will see all the features your work application has and how to use it correctly. This is how FleetMaster Driver application icon looks like on your device. Let's open it. When you open the application, firstly, always check if the truck number, trailer number, and your name is correct. You can do that by clicking on three lines which are located on the top right corner of your screen here. Let's click. Here you can see the truck number and also the trailer number if your truck has one. A bit lower you can see remaining fuel. In the top right corner of this panel you will see driver name, or two names if there are two drivers assigned for this truck. When you open the application, it opens in the same language as device system currently uses. This device is in English right now, so when you open the application, it is also in English. You can also change the language manually. Just click on the button located on the upper side of your screen where it has two big letters. This is language button. Available languages: Lithuanian, English, Russian, Polish. Let's select English. If the truck number and other information is correct and manager has already made you a route, once you open the application, it will automatically show you the current task where you need to go. Current task is also highlighted by blue arrow next to the name of the task, like you can see here on this loading task. This is the task window. It contains all the information about this task. In this case, we have a task for loading. You can see the country flag where this loading is located. Going down there is name of the task, address, country letters, city, postcode, loading number, coordinates, manager contacts, and notes where you could find important information. On the top left side of the screen, outside the task window, you will be able to see the order number. Currently, it doesn't have a number because this is a demonstration. On upper right corner of task window, you will be able to see planned time for this task. Usually it just shows time, but sometimes the time is displayed in red and you can see FIX next to it. This means that this is a fixed time and you must be there in time. On the upper side of the screen, just above the task window, you can see all tasks of this route. You can click on any of them to see the information. After you're done checking all the tasks, make sure to go back to your main task. As it was mentioned before, the main task has a blue arrow icon next to it. You can also get back to your main task by clicking on home icon on the upper side of the screen. You can also check out full route on the map. For this, click Navigate on the right side of the task window and select Route Preview. Give your device some time to load the map. The bigger the route, more time it will take. Also, some older devices could take a couple of minutes to load. Once it finishes loading, you will be able to see the whole route on the map, including all the tasks. In this demonstration, we only have two tasks: loading and unloading. On the top right side of the screen, you can see the relevant information about this route. On the top, you can see total route length. Going down, you will see all the tasks of this route. You can click on any of the tasks to see the area they are in. You can also zoom in or zoom out using two fingers or the plus and minus buttons on the lower right side of the screen. If you quickly click twice on any task on the right side of your screen, here you will be able to see some additional information. Once you're done looking at the map, click on the red X on the lower left corner of the screen. This will close the map and return you to FleetMaster Driver application. Now that we got the basics out of the way, let's focus on how do you actually start working with FleetMaster Driver. It is always highly recommended when you starting work, after opening the application. Click on 3 lines on top right corner of the screen, scroll down, then select the last option. Log out. This action does not log you out or mess anything up. It simply reloads all the information on the application, so if there was something that didn't update automatically, it will be up to date now. To begin driving, you need to open navigation to your current task. As mentioned before, current task is marked by blue arrow next to it. So our current task is loading. Let's navigate there. Select Navigate on the right side of task window, then select Navigate again. This will open navigation to this task. Give your tablet a moment to load the map. If you need to go very far, it could take a bit more time to load, so just wait patiently. When navigation fully loads, you will see a map, where you are, and where you need to go. All the information about turns, speed, cameras, and other things will be on top, bottom, and sides of your screen, leaving the middle of the screen clearly visible so you can see yourself on the map and where you will need to drive. Navigation will now display how to drive to your task location. Remember, this route was made for you by your manager. Always pay close attention to road signs and your surroundings. Navigation is a helpful work tool, but you can't blindly trust it. If you notice that navigation is showing to drive into restricted zone, or go to very narrow streets where truck can't go, or maybe truck is too high to go there, please follow the road signs and inform your manager immediately. Don't get yourself into trouble because navigation showed to go there. Always follow traffic rules. If your device has navigation OsmAnd, you have an option to navigate to a parking that is on your route. Look at the right side of your screen where closest parking locations on your route are displayed. First number shows how much distance to that parking location. Number on the right side, next to truck icon, display amount of parking spots for trucks in that location. Euro sign indicated that you will have to pay for parking there. When you find a parking you want to look up, select it by clicking on it. Now screen jumps to the parking location. If you want to navigate there, quickly click twice more on that parking. It will display some additional information and give you the option to go there. If you wish to go, click Go. If you don't want to go there, click the X on the left. Please remember, after you arrive at parking, close your navigation by clicking on the red X on the bottom left of your screen and open navigation to your current task again to continue driving there. You are able to chat with your manager in the FleetMaster Driver application. Firstly, take a look what happens when you receive a message. A notification pops up. If you click on it before it disappears, this will open the chat right away. To open a chat normally, you will need to click on Messages on the right side of your task window. Now chat opens, you are able to read any messages you received and write back to your manager. Another feature worth mentioning, you can copy any message by clicking on it and holding for 1 to 2 seconds. On the bottom of the screen, you will see a pop-up that message has been copied. Now you can paste it somewhere. You can make photos of documents or other things and send them to your manager. To do that, firstly select Photo on the right side of Task window. Now, if you will be making a photo of a document, please select Document. Right after this, I will also demonstrate how to make a photo of other things, not documents. Now you have selected Photo Document. A special scanner application will open and it will automatically look for a document. All you need to do is hold the device as steady as possible and just the right distance away, where the corners of the paper are all inside the screen and have a small gap between paper and screen. If everything is okay, application will automatically take a photo. If it does not take a photo automatically, please click on the button on the bottom right side of the screen to turn off automatic mode. Now you can click to take a photo manually with the button on the bottom of the screen. Regardless if the photo was made automatically or by you clicking it manually, now you will have to crop it. No extra objects can be visible outside the red outline. Usually, app automatically places the red cropping line on the edges of the paper, but if for some reason it is not, do that manually by dragging on the blue circles on 4 corners of the red line. Red line must be perfectly on the corners of the paper. It can't stick out or be inside the paper. This is an example of correct cropping. After red cropping line has been placed perfectly on the edge of the paper, click Save on the top of the screen. After clicking Save once, you see a cropped photo. If everything is visible and no side objects are on the screen, click Save again, then click Upload. Now document photo has been sent to your manager. Let's make a regular photo now. Select Photo on the right side of task window, then select Photo again. Now camera opens, and you will have to take a photo manually by clicking Photo button on the right side of the screen. After photo has been taken, you have the option to redo it by clicking the X or send it by selecting the arrow. When you select the arrow, click Upload to send the photo to your manager. You can receive documents. To check your received documents, select Documents on the right side of task window. Here you can see Received Documents. If on the right side of document, there is a blue cloud, this means that you have the document already downloaded and can open it right away by clicking on it. If the cloud is gray, then you first need to download the document before it could be opened. You can simply download it by clicking on it, then waiting until the gray cloud turns into blue. Opening a document shows you the first page if there are multiple pages, so make sure you scroll from right to left to swap pages. There are also a few more tabs in here that show different things. Waiting tab shows the documents which have been made but not sent to the manager, usually due to problems with the mobile internet or being in special country like Switzerland. Their documents get sent automatically once your internet connection is restored or when you leave special country. Right now, as of making of this demonstration, special countries are Switzerland, Belarus, Russia, Ukraine. There is also a way for your manager to manually download photos from your tablet when you are still inside of a special country. He can do that in FleetMaster system. Next tab simply shows Sent Documents, what you have sent to the manager. The last tab has a cool feature. You can send photos through here by selecting them from the memory of the tablet. To do so, click Open Gallery. Now you can select a photo to send, then select Upload. The photo has been sent to the manager. When you have a task for fuel station, you will be able to see the payment card PIN code. But only when you are at that fuel station. If you haven't yet arrived or already left, you will not be able to see PIN code. To see the PIN code, click on the fuel station icon on the upper side of the task window. PIN code will appear on the lower side of your task window right here. When you are working with containers, you will have an additional option on the right side of your task window. Containers. You will need to fill in the information about containers at loading and unloading locations. It is very simple. Select Containers on right side of your task window. Now a special menu opens. Here, all you need to do is fill in with what containers you are leaving this location. If container didn't change, select arrow pointing down like so. If container did change, you will need to click on rotating arrow icon and type in the new container number. Number has to be correct. If you put any number, it won't let you continue. See, 1, 2, 3, 4 doesn't work. It gives an error message because such container doesn't exist in the system. But when we put in the correct number, it works out. After you selected containers which you are leaving with, select the green button which says Save. Now select appropriate option. Type in the lack of boards in each container or select that you are already loaded and can't check. After this, information about containers is filled. You will still be able to see the Containers button and can select it again to change the information. When you arrive to loading, unloading, or service, you will need to mark your status about the progress of the task. This window usually pops up automatically upon arrival. If it didn't appear, you can select Set Status on the right side of your task window to open the status window manually. If for some reason you can't see this option, please select Refresh on the top of your screen to refresh the information. Now that status window popped up or you selected it manually, you need to mark the status. There are 3 options. Red one means that nothing is happening right now. You will be waiting. Yellow means that loading, unloading, or service works has started and are now in progress. Green means that everything is already finished. So based on what is happening, select the option. Usually after arrival, you will be selecting the red status one and going to the office. When selecting red, you will be asked to provide a reason. So select the correct option based on your situation or type it in manually. Once action starts, you need to select yellow. After it is done, select green. When picking either option, you are given an opportunity to provide some additional information if there is any. Unloadings have an additional feature called document scanning. So whenever you finish unloading by selecting green status, you will be asked to scan your documents. In other words, make a photo of them. After you select green status, this menu will open. If your company uses this system of document numbering, then write down this number on top of your CMR in the middle. Example: if your company doesn't use this numbering system, do not write anything. This is meant to help the managers. When they receive the documents from you, it is much easier to sort everything out. Anyways, when you are done with the number, please select Next on the bottom of the screen. Read these 3 notes carefully and check your CMR. If you see any problems, immediately contact your manager. If everything is okay with CMR, select Scan CMR on the bottom right side of the screen to begin scanning the documents. You will need to scan all the documents related to this unloading you just finished. Document scanning is the same as taking a document photo, which was demonstrated earlier in this tutorial. You will let your device to make a photo automatically or turn off the automatic mode and do it yourself. Then you have to move red line on border of paper to cut out any extra objects. Do the same with other documents. Select Scan another document. When you have all the documents scanned, select the option on the bottom right to confirm that you scanned all the documents. If you didn't fill in containers information or didn't scan documents when it was requested, application will be constantly asking you to go back and do that. In this example, it is asking to fill in containers, but it is exactly the same with documents. It will ask to make document photos and will behave the same way. To do what you are being asked, go back in Tasks and look for the task where you didn't provide the requested information. It will be displayed in red on the right side of the task window like so. If you can't find it in your current route, you are able to go back to your previous route and check if the container or document photo request is coming from the previous route. To do that, click on the arrow on the upper left side of your screen. After that, please don't forget to go back to your main route. Can do that by clicking on the home icon on top of the screen. You are also able to review your next route if manager has made one already. It is done the same way as looking at previous route. Simple click on the arrow icon here. Also, after reviewing next route, don't forget to go back to your main task by clicking home icon on the top of the screen. Like you may have already noticed, when completing a task, application automatically jumps to next task and marks it as current. All tasks do that automatically. When you complete the last task in a route, the next route will activate. If there is no next route, your tablet will simply display that there are no active routes. So when you have no active route, you can still do some actions. You are able to select either Show Last Finished Route or select option below it, which says More. Here you can open messages, take a photo, or look at the documents. When Manager updates your route, you will see this message: that route has been updated. Sometimes your navigation could close if it was open when you received this message. If you were driving when this message popped up, you need to close the navigation and open your FleetMaster Driver application, then open the navigation to where you were going again. So if the manager changed something, now you will see up-to-date information after restarting the navigation. If you weren't driving and have time to see what changed, you can do that by clicking on the small bell icon on the top of the screen. Here you can see the route updates. Click on it. Application will now open the task, or one of the tasks that were updated. You can clearly see what updated. Everything that changed is marked with red circles. Keep in mind that application will keep notifying you that there have been changes to the route until you click on the bell icon and select all the options here to review what changed. Additional features of FleetMaster Driver. Let's start with Trip Sheet. To open it, click on three lines on top right side of your screen and select Trip Sheet. Now you will need to fill in requested information. Click on the empty areas which have blue underline to fill in the fields. Once all the information is filled, select Save on the right side of the screen. Once you click Saved, information will be sent to the system. To see your declaration for European Union, you can either click here on top of the screen where it says 3 letters IMI, or click on 3 lines on top right side of your screen and select IMI Declaration. When this menu opens, you are able to change the driver if there is more than one driver assigned to this truck, and also you are able to pick a country. So pick the driver and country you want to see, then select Declaration. Now you can see the declaration on your screen. To open Act of Delivery and Acceptance, click on 3 lines on top right side of your screen and select Act of Delivery and Acceptance. Now you need to select if Act is for truck or trailer. For this demonstration, we will pick truck. You will need to fill a lot of information about the truck or trailer if you picked trailer. For truck, the first window will just ask some general information. The questions that have a small star on them mean that they are mandatory to fill, and you can't skip these questions. You need to fill in all the fields with information and make photos where requested. When you are done filling, select Next on the bottom of the screen. Now you need to take photos of your truck. You can do that by clicking on the blue icon on the right side of the screen. Once you have made photos from all the sides as requested by the application, select Next on the bottom right side of the screen. At this point, you will see all the documents and payment cards that the truck should have. Please look around in your truck and find everything. In the program here, you will need to tick off which documents you found. Some of the documents will require a photo, so please select the photo icon and take a photo of that document. After ticking off all the documents and cards you found in the truck, select Next on the bottom right of the screen. In the next menu, you will be asked to do the same with items. Look around your truck and find all the listed items. Tick off what you found. Some items will have a quantity of 2 listed. If you only found one of those items, manually click here on the number and type 1. Some of the items will require a photo, just like with the documents, so please select the photo icon and make a photo of that item. Also pay attention, if you have ticked off an option, then removed the tick mark, the number stays, you need to manually delete the number. Once done marking, select Next on the bottom right side of the screen. Now you will need to fill in all the defects of your truck. You will start with outside of the truck, and later will be asked to do the same with inside. If your truck doesn't have any defects, you can skip this and the next option by selecting Next on the bottom right of the screen. But for those who have found some defects, you will need to document them. You can begin by selecting Add Defect. Now select on which side of the truck defect is. Select which area of that side is damaged. At this point, you will need to describe the defect in more detail. You can begin that by specifying the type of defect by clicking here. Select the option that fits, or if you can't find a fitting one, select Other. Regardless what you selected, you will be given an option to add a comment. You can do that by clicking here. And also you will be asked to take a photo of the damaged area. Can do that by selecting the photo icon and taking a photo. Once you are finished with defects, select Next on the bottom right side of the screen. Do exactly the same procedure for the inside of the truck, select area of the defect, and fill in the information. Make a photo. Once done, select Next on the bottom right side of the screen. Now you need to fill in the information about the tires of your truck. Each tire has to be checked and marked individually. You need to fill in the information about the pressure of air inside the tire, write how much thread is left on that tire, and select if tire has any defects. If tire has a defect, you will be asked to take a photo of it, so please do that by clicking on the photo icon. Once all the information about the tires is filled in, you can continue by selecting Next on the bottom right side of the screen. You have filled in all the information about the truck. Now it is time to select correct drivers and for both of you to leave a signature. Start by selecting the drivers. Select who delivered the truck, who was driving it until this point. You can do that by clicking here and looking for name in the list. Also do the same for receiving driver, the one who will be driving from now on. Once both names have been selected, select the pencil icon below each driver name to open signature window. Place your signature here. Do the same for other driver. Now everything is filled in. You can check or edit any information that you have filled in by going back, or you can confirm the act by clicking Confirm. Once you click Confirm, the act will be sent to the system. If you had a traffic incident and need to fill in the insurance policy, click on 3 small lines on the top right corner of the screen and select Insurance Policy. Here you can select Declaration Example to see the example, or select Next when you want to start filling the insurance. There is no actual filling needed. You will only be requested to take photos of the incident. Please do that by selecting Photo. You are required to take at least 2 photos. In this case, more is better. Make photos from every angle. Once finished taking photos, select Send. After that, the insurance declaration list will open on your screen. Select the document you want to check. Now you can see the insurance policy declaration on your screen that is already filled. You are able to zoom in using 2 fingers to see it better. When you need to fill in service request, select 3 small lines on the top right side of the screen and select Service Request. Select Truck or Trailer, whichever you need. We will select Truck in this demonstration. You are given a field to write down the information about the request. Please briefly describe what is the issue. Don't go very deep into detail. Also, you are able to provide photos, up to 3. Can take them by selecting photo icons here. Once all the information has been filled, select Register at the bottom of the screen. If you need to fill in cargo damage, click on 3 small lines on the top right corner of your screen and select Cargo Damage. Here you need to provide at least 2 photos. Can do that by clicking on the photo button on the bottom right side of the screen. Again, more is better. Use different angles. Once finished, select Register on the bottom right side of the screen to send the photos to the system. To see your driving report, click on 3 small lines on the top right corner of the screen and select Driving Report. Here you can see your trip driving report, and by toggling this button, you can switch to Weekly Driving Report. All the relevant information about specific topics can be found below. Scroll down to see all the criteria. You are also able to switch the date on either trip or weekly report to see earlier dates. Select blue arrows to left or right to navigate through time. There are two special buttons which you need to use from time to time. One of them is located on the top side of the screen here, called Refresh. What it does is it updates the information about your route when you click it. So when you don't see something or information is wrong, always click Refresh and check if information updates. If that didn't help, click on three small lines on the top right corner of the screen and scroll down, then select Log Out. This action reloads all the information about the route on your device. Usually, logging out fixes most problems related to the tablet or information being out of date. If that still didn't fix the issue, contact your manager or IT department if the issue is related to the tablet.